Hello, my name is Tawana Roberts, and I'm the CEO and founder of Roberts TLA here in Houston, Texas. I wanted to do this video really quick to just share with you a couple changes that have occurred in the CDL industry, okay? This is a new rule that has been implemented effective February 7th, 2022, and it's called the new ELDT Theory Training Course that is now mandated and required for anyone seeking to obtain their new CDL Class A, that's seeking to obtain their new CDL Class B, or anyone that's looking to upgrade their Class B to a CDL A, or anyone that's seeking to apply for their first time endorsement for their school bus, passengers, or hazardous material endorsement. We have this training curriculum here at Roberts TLA. We are here to serve you. We want to make sure that you're informed. We want to make sure that you're aware of all of these new guidelines, policies, and procedures. And we want to make sure that we implement the top state-of-the-art type of training. Our training is 100% online. The ELDT theory training consists of 48 learning modules that will have to be completed, all modules at an 80%, in order for you to proceed with your local DPS office to obtain your CLP, which is your commercial learner's permit. We also have the full curriculum on the hazmat endorsement, which is going to be 13 learning modules, which also has to be completed before you can proceed with your state level DPS office to take the state exam. Here at Roberts TLA, our number one goal is to give you information, to make sure you feel confident and secure in anything that you learn with us. And we're here to serve you. So if you or anyone you know are seeking to get and apply for your new CDL driver's license, look no further. We offer this training. We are a registered TPR provider for the Federal Motor Carriers Safety Administration, and we're here to serve you. So click the link below. Register today at robertstla.com. That's right. If you register, we will return your inquiry within 24 to 48 hours, get you set up to our online portal that will give you everything you need to move forward so that you can enjoy and start your new career in the transportation industry. Thank you.
Yo, wake up, wake up, wake up. What up, Oliver? Haha, what up, baby? Uh-huh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Woo! Good morning, good morning. Well, you see how I'm feeling. You see what it is. What up, Oliver? Hey, man. Got to get this morning going, baby. I know you out there moving and hustling. Yeah, man, we got some things to talk about. Got some news we gonna drop. You know me. I go in and I search for news. Just search for things to, just talk about. Bring you guys awareness. Uh, this Sunday, we will have a special Mother's Day edition. We're going to be talking to Miss Nitra Ford, and she will be talking to us about her nonprofit organization, Exceeding Autism. And she also has another one called Alexander Center for Autism. Yeah. We got some truck drivers who may have kids that are gifted. Autism is a gift. A child is a gift. So we're going to be bringing you guys some information from her organization, giving you just some tools and giving you somewhere to reach out to in order for you to navigate and make a better life for your child or children or someone you may know. Just in case you decide, hey man, let me take my son or my daughter out with me on the road. She's giving, I wanted to bring the culture, something that, we can pick from. And she decided to give us some of her time. So I hope you guys check in on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Ms. Nitra Ford will be I guess I told you we don't just do, drivers and dispatchers and brokers, and we're about life, right? We're about life. And then on the 15th, I'm going to have a trucker fitness. We're going to have trucker fitness on the 15th. Trucker fitness on the 15th. He's going to come in. He's going to give us some tips about keeping ourselves fit while on the road. I told you we're gonna try to cover all lanes when it comes to our careers and our health and our home life and all of that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys. Let me turn this off. I hope you guys enjoy it. Sorry for the echo. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys tune in next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be special. I know it's special. I think I'm special. But it's going to be special. I think it's going to be some news you can really use, whether you have someone that a child that is gifted with autism, or you know someone, and then you can hook up with that with her organization and just let her know you support them, and then go in and give her your support, and maybe donate to our organization, because that is a nonprofit. Right? So, okay. So let's get into this here. So I'm going to be Mr. Fair Use this morning. I got some things coming from FreightWaves. I'm going to play a few articles that I think is very, very vital to our industry right now. The first one I'm going to plug in is Z lockdown will pull the rug out from under trucking. Z's lockdown will pull the rug from under U.S. truckers this summer. And this article is coming from FreightWaves. Fair use, educational purposes only. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm going to let this article play, and we'll break it down, and we'll touch on some things. I may skip over some things because this is not a political channel. The article kind of get a little political, but I'll skip over that once we get to it. Let's check it. Take a quick listen to this as we go through. So they're predicting a steep slowdown in freight moving this summer, all because of the Chinese lockdown. They're barricading their citizens in, and this hasn't just started. It's been going on. This will be one of the reasons for the steepest. Why? Because over half of the ships coming into the ports are coming from China. So let's keep listening. So you heard that. More than half of the containers that come into the U.S. ports originate in China. So if China's on lockdown and they're not allowing workers to get out and work, they're not allowing people to move about, if they're not allowing movement, then there's nothing to move out of their port. So if you're planning on buying anything from China, or you have a source in China that was supplying your business, you might want to get ready for a slowdown. But you don't feel it right now because they were still kind of backed up from the pandemic, right? Where we had 50, 60 ships sitting out in the water waiting to dock, waiting to unload and reload, right? All of that is now just catching up and coming in. That's why you don't see that slowdown right now. But as soon as they get caught up and they begin to kind of catch up and get those ships in, it's going to slow down because China's over 50% of the ships coming to the ports, U.S. ports. Half of the merchandise that we buy, the T-shirts, the sweaties, the hoodies, the phones and electronics and all of that kind of stuff, a lot of that stuff comes from China on the ships. So that's going to hurt the pockets of the guys who have been eating really good for the last 6 months that run containers. I've seen a pickup in container movement. I've seen a pickup in people getting things out from the warehouses. But now you're going to see a slowdown of getting product in because China will be on lockdown, or is going on lockdown, or has been on lockdown, and it will affect us in the upcoming summer, is what Freightways is reporting. All because they represent almost over 50% of the ships that come into the U.S. ports. And what we buy from China as consumers will be on those ships, right? What's the solution? There is none. We can't control China. We cannot control China. We can't control what they do. Nobody knows why. Like I said, this is not a political channel. I'm not going to go into the politics of it. I'm just speaking on the freight. And this is fair use of that audio to kind of, prepare us as we run that lane of containers, dry vans, because if you pull containers out, containers come off the water and they hit the ports. Container drivers go pick the containers up, take them to a warehouse. They get stored, then they get dispersed throughout the United States. Now, how do they get dispersed throughout the United States? Freight drivers come in, pick those commodities up, and then move them throughout the United States. That's how it's going to hurt those two particular lanes: container lanes, ports, and the dry van lane. You may see some freight going down again. And it's all because of the lockdown in China, especially this summer. So don't blame it on the broker if the rates change. Don't blame it on dispatch. Don't curse out your leasing company because things have slowed down. You got to be aware of these things as they happen when when you're owner operator. You have to be aware of these things when you're owner operator. You have to keep your ear to the business side of it. You have to. And if you don't want to, that's what the Freight Trapping Podcast is about. Go like, subscribe, and share some of the videos. This is what it's about. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention now. Now you can go do some research. You can go check, and you can decide whether or not you're going to stay running containers or dry vans this summer, and go rent your flatbed. Run you some loads out coming out of Houston, coming out of Baytown, going to these different places, coming out of all these little different oil plants, and run you some pipe, run you some steel, run you some flatbed until it picks back up. See, that's one thing we can't do as career truck drivers and owner operators. We can't get stuck in one lane and decide that, when it slow down and stop, I'm going to slow down and stop. You can't do that. Bills keep coming. Truck notes keep coming, whether you got one or not. Insurance got to be paid. If you got more than one truck, drivers need to be paid. They got families too. So you got to figure it out. And I'm going to tell you one way to figure it out is go get your flatbed. There's plenty of loads out there. And keep it moving until you can jump back in your lane. That's all it is to it. Just because your lane slows down and you're not getting the race that you want, you stay there and lick your paws and say, woe is me. No. You jump up. Go get your flatbed. Make sure your drivers and yourself, have your endorsement, your hazmat endorsement, so you can run all different lanes. That's how you do that. That's how you do that, because I'm telling you, the loads are out there. The loads are out there. My wife on the board every day. There's loads out there. You just got to know what load and what lane you need to be in. And I, as an owner operating as a trucking company, I would not just be stuck in one lane. I'm doing my company a disservice, and I'm doing my drivers a disservice. If I had a fleet, I would require my truckers to have everything: tankers, hazmats, not necessarily doubles and triples, but I at least make sure they have tankers and hazmats. Because you never know. You just never know when something like this is going to happen. You just never know. And so I wouldn't limit myself by not having those endorsements or not having my drivers have those endorsements. When I ran flatbed, I had all of my endorsements ever since I got my CDL, even though I wasn't running hazmat. But I knew where I wanted to be. I knew where I wanted to go with it. And so because I probably not had the most experience at the times that I applied for jobs, but because I already had those credentials, I was moved up above those who had more experience than me. They didn't have to wait. Oh, he got him? Let's go. They didn't have to wait 90 days for his fingerprints to come back because I already have them. I already have a twig. Because I started in containers. I started in containers. I did roll off. I did all of that. And I'm glad I did because I have experience in all of that. Just got to dust it off if you get back into it. So be prepared for that slowdown this summer because of the Chinese lockdown. Don't blame nobody else about that. That's all it's about. Just lace up your boots and go get your flatbed and, you know what I'm saying, get on that board and look for flatbed loads. They out there. Believe me. They out there. They out there. So I want to listen to another article. Let me get out of that. That was a lockdown. So I want to listen to another article by Freight Waves. Once again, fair use. Because I think some of these things are, most of these things are very important for us to know. And sometimes as drivers, we just drive and we not paying attention to what our companies are doing. Hence, Central Freight Line. They shut down, and a month before that, they had, I knew a guy. Well, you out there running in freight drivers and truckers. We friends, whether it's just on a trucking level or not. We friends. You drive for Central, I drive for R&L, he drive for Old Dominion. We still respect one another because we truck drivers. We know we got a job to do. We know we moving stuff. And so you don't want to see a trucking company go down and cause it could easily be you. You just never know. But you just gotta pay attention sometimes. And sometimes it don't come out too late. And companies, they function as close to normal as possible when they're going through something. Here's Central Freight Line, like I said. They had my partner training new drivers week after week. And then a week later, or 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, they closed the doors. So let's listen to this article real quick. Fair use, Freight Waves, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. So yellow is going to be called One Yellow now. And they're going to be coming together with YRC Freight, which is yellow, and Redaway Facilities. And I guess he's saying they're going to be merged and calling themselves One Yellow. So, like I said before, this is just news you can use. They're not closing their doors. They're just consolidating so that they could be more competitive, give more competitive rates, so that they could be in the game. That's all they're saying. They're just making it where they can stay in the game. They're just making it to where they can stay in the game. That's it. So at the end of the day, if you drive for leather, yellow, this is stuff you want to know. And if you're in the area in the West, you got to know that, okay, they might close my terminal down and they going to move us together to another terminal. Let's continue. So they're coming together all for the purpose of saving the company. They're coming together. So you have to understand that sometimes these kind of moves are not to hurt the company, it's to save the company. Right? To save the company. So if you work for Yellow, you got to understand business moves. They're not terminating jobs, they're just consolidating, upgrading the equipment. And I must say, I must say that their equipment, that it's probably, and there's nothing against them, but their equipment needs to be upgraded. It really does, especially with this pending ECU that FMCSA is proposing to enact in 2023. They're moving forward with it. A lot of older trucks are going to be taken off the road because it's cheaper just to buy a truck than to put those chips or those units or those governors on those older trucks. That's just what it is. Now, it'll help me out because guess what? Now I can afford to buy a couple of more trucks for my academy. Yeah, they help me out because I can use them. I don't need an EC unit on a training truck. I don't run loads. I train. I don't run loads. Right? So that's good in a way, but it's time that they upgrade equipment. It's time that a lot of companies upgrade equipment. I wouldn't put my company in jeopardy by not having equipment that wasn't sufficient enough to be on the road, because now you put your driver in a position to say whether or not he stay or leave. And he stay because he's loyal to the company, he's committed to the company, and he likes the company. But at the end of the day, he's also putting his license in jeopardy. Because as soon as he gets too many tickets, you're not going to be committed to him. But he's been committed to you through driving all of this subpar equipment. And so this is the way they're saying, hey, I hear y'all. We finna tighten it up, and this is the way we're going to tighten it up. They got some PPP money. They helped them stay going. A lot of companies got it. Saved a lot of jobs. But this is the way they're going to make sure that their drivers have adequate, sufficient, stable equipment. They're a big company. And sometimes I look at some of their trucks and I say to myself, how do you have those trucks on the road? And I'm not judging them because I know it's all about, making money. But see, they're also upgrading their freight, their equipment, so that they won't have to use so many outside carriers. That's money. to pay outside carriers to come in and move your freight from Texas to California on a line haul, on a A to B concept. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So this is some things that I just bring to the forefront when I do my little bit segments like this. It's not a full episode, but this is what we do. This is what we do. This is how we do it. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, just know your company, know what's going on. Just know owner operators. Just know it's going to be a slowdown this summer. If you're in that, freight lane, dry van, in that container lane, it may be a slowdown, and it's all because of the Chinese lockdown. Remember, they're almost over 50% of the containers or the ships coming into the U.S. ports. So adjust accordingly. Go pull your flatbed out of storage, or go rent you a flatbed, or go buy you one. Get your equipment. Get your 4x4, not 4x4, 2x4s. Get your 12 of them, and let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's adjust. Let's pivot. Let's pivot. You got the equipment. You don't want to do that? Put it in and go ahead and do what is it? Power only. Find some power only loads. You can do that too. But yeah, that's all I wanted to come on, man. And this is just a little news episode, dropping y'all some little nuggets about what's going on in the industry. We might have something else, but once again, tune in Sunday for Exceeding Autism. We're going to be talking about that, giving us some tips as from Ms. Nitra Ford for all the drivers who may have, and I know there may be some, but for all of the drivers, men and women, who are gifted with an autistic child, giving you guys some tips, giving you guys somewhere to turn for questions. That sometimes that doctors don't necessarily have the answers, or don't want to give, or don't want to do the research. Or if you're doing research, this is another source, or a source of where you can do your research, is with this young lady, Ms. Nitra Ford, and Exceeding Autism. So y'all check us out Sunday, man, and you guys have a happy Mother's Day. We'll talk to you later, and you guys be really safe out there, man. And remember, you got to pivot at some point. You have to pivot at some point. Peace.